Week 6 is in the bag. 6 weeks of NFL play is over. That's crazy to think. It's already been a third of the season. Think about that. 18-week season, biggest season in NFL history, and it's already a third of the way done. Also, excuse my sniffling and voice again. I am still a little bit sick. But, man, that's crazy to think. We have a huge game coming up. Honestly, a game I feel as if should be the game of the week. A game that very well could be primetime. Even though on paper the Rams should blow out the Lions, still shouldn't be a game that should be ignored. We have the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Detroit Lions. Jared Goff returning to Los Angeles to take on his former team. The team that drafted him number 1 overall. The team that he played for 5 seasons. The team he brought to the playoffs 3 times out of those 5 seasons. And the team that he brought to the Super Bowl. And then we got Matthew Stafford playing his former team for the first time. 12 years. 12 seasons, 12 years, Matthew Stafford rotted in Detroit. And you know that he's going to want to have a little bit of revenge. Detroit wasted his career. Detroit wasted 12 years of this man's amazing career. No one's going to change my mind on that. Even though I know there's some Lion fans out there, because I've gotten comments from them telling me, oh, well, he's not as good as a quarterback as people say, because even though he had Calvin Johnson, he still couldn't get a playoff win. That's one player. That is one player out of 11 people on the field. Matthew Stafford has weapons now. Matthew Stafford has one of the, if not the number 1 O-line in the league, protecting him. He finally, for the first time in his career, has an effective run game. Darrell Henderson has looked great. And not only that, he has 4 top-line receivers. You got Van Jefferson, you got Deshaun Jackson, you got Robert Woods, and you got arguably the best receiver in the league as of this current moment, Cooper Kupp. Stafford is going to have a day against the Lions. And I'm going to be there to see it. That is right. I will be at SoFi Stadium to see this game. In fact, I will be at the next 3 home Rams games at SoFi. I will be at this game, Rams versus the Lions. I'll be at the next Rams home game, the Sunday night game between the Titans and the Rams. And I will also be at the Sunday game between the Rams and the Jaguars. I will be at the next 3 games, to which all 3 I will be recording content from the stadium, whether it be touchdowns, national anthems, or the Rams running onto the field during their entrance. I'll be recording all of it, and I will be uploading it. So just throwing it out there. So I'm going to stop stalling. So Week 6 matchup, Los Angeles Rams taking on Detroit Lions in Inglewood, California at beautiful SoFi Stadium. Jared Goff's return game to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. Let's go ahead and look at some stats from the last time. Actually, no, screw that. Let's look at some stats from this past week. Jared Goff taking on... Can't really remember who they took on, but don't really care because they lost. Jared Goff went 28 for 42, 202 yards through the air. He threw 1 interception, no touchdowns, and the Lions had a grand total of 36 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, a 35-yard field goal for 11 points. Yeah, the Lions were shut down in the game that they played. Once again, can't remember who they played against, but what I do know is that they got shut down. Rams, on the other hand, had a field day with the Giants. Matthew Stafford going 22 for 28, 251 yards through the air, 1 interception, 4 touchdown passes, John Wolford got in the game for the Rams. He went 0 for 2, no yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. Rams had 131 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown for a grand total of 38 points. So here's something I've actually been getting asked a lot on Twitter. And please follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram at BuiltForLA for both of them. And I just got to say, for all you Ram fans out there, Jim Everett, former Rams quarterback, Rams legend, followed me on Instagram, followed me on Twitter today. And I feel accomplished. I may only have 60-something followers, but Jim Everett followed me, and I'm proud of it. Let's get that straight. So, I've been asked a lot recently on Instagram and Twitter, how are you going to react when Jared Goff comes onto the field? How are you going to react when he's introduced and everything? And I told them straight up, I'm going to salute him. He was my quarterback for 5 years, and he did something that no Rams quarterback have done in almost over a decade, and he brought the Rams to the Super Bowl, let alone to the playoffs. So I'm going to salute him, and I'm going to give him the respect that he deserves inside the Rams community. But when that whistle blows, and when he hits the field, I have said this loud and proud to every Rams fan that has asked me the question, how are you going to react to Jared Goff? After I salute him, after I pay my dues, when he hits that field, when the whistle blows, I want to see Aaron Donald drive his ass into the ground. I want to see it happen. He did it to Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford knows what it's like to be hit by Aaron Donald. Almost every single quarterback in the league knows what it's like to be hit by Aaron Donald. But there is one man that I can think of that does not know what it's like to get hit by Aaron Donald. And it is Jared Goff. You know Aaron Donald's going to want his hands on him. Obviously, we can't exclude Michael Brockers, who is also going to be coming back to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. Once again, I'll salute him for his years of service to the Rams. But I want to see our own line flatten him. Let's get that straight. There's not really too much to talk about when it comes to this game. Rams in recent history have just owned the Lions with Jared Goff, and without Jared Goff, they still own the Lions. And now we have a quarterback that, honestly, Matthew Stafford is probably the best quarterback the Rams have had in the past 20 years. No, I'm not going to say that. They had Kurt Warner 20 years ago. Kurt Warner was amazing. Okay, the past decade. How about that? The best quarterback that the Rams have had in the past decade was Matthew Stafford. And you know he's going to want to get a revenge shot on the Detroit Lions for the 12 years that he wasted in that city. So, but overall, here's kind of my thing. This past game was honestly the first game that I've seen from the Lions that they didn't even have a shot. The rest of the games, even with them being, decent teams, the Lions have hung in with them. The Lions aren't a bad team, to be honest. They've just, they just have really bad luck. You want an example? They lost to the Ravens from an NFL record-breaking field goal. We're never going to forget that, but it happened to the Lions. It's funny, but at the same time, it's like, damn. They should have beat the Ravens, to be real, but Tucker's just built different. Meanwhile, the rest of the games, honestly, they've hung in there. They really have, so I'm not going to say this is going to be a cakewalk for the Rams. Once again, if you watched my prediction video from the beginning of the year where I predicted the Rams record, I'm going to go ahead and put my prediction out there. I got the Rams winning this by the final score of 24-17. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. And I think it's going to be a shootout. It's not. I would honestly be pretty surprised if it was a blowout. I would like to see a shootout between Goff and Stafford. I feel like that would just be, honestly, a really fun thing to watch. And as I said before, the thing I want to see most in that game, I want to see Aaron Donald literally clothesline Jared Goff to the ground. I want to see him pick him up and literally pile drive him into the ground. And I would like to see a pancake of Michael Brockers as well. Maybe Austin Blythe or Andrew Whitworth or Rob Havenstein or Austin Corbett would like to chip in on that. Obviously, the Rams secondary, I think, are going to be playing a little better. They played really good against the Giants, so no reason to think they won't play good again. We will just have to see. But like I said, I will be attending this game. I will be attending the next 3 home games for the Rams at SoFi Stadium. And until then, I will see you guys later.